Hey everyone, come along with me as I make some dryer balls. So you're gonna need 100% wool. I really like this patent roving. It tends to felt up really nice, but any 100% wool will work just fine. You're gonna start by making a ball. You don't wanna pull this too tight, but you want it to be, somewhat tight, not too tight, not as tight as it can go. And I really like to continually rotate the ball to make sure that it's even as I'm wrapping it. That way I don't develop any lopsidedness or spots that are a little more dense than others. You're going to continue to wrap it until you get to the size that you want, and then you just tie a knot. After that, get a bucket with hot water, as hot as you can stand it, and you're going to start dunking the water down in the ball into the water and squeezing it. And what this does is the heat is going to start to open and loosen up the fibers, and the agitation is going to encourage the fibers to grab onto each other and to hold on tight and not let go. Be really gentle in the beginning. You're going to see your ball is going to want to fall apart. Just be gentle. I use some regular dish soap here to help with the agitation and encourage those fibers to grab onto each other and hold on. See, you can tell some of this, everything wants to fall apart. Be patient, be gentle, and be patient. Give it some time. I continually put it in the water, agitate it a little, and put it back down in the water. I noticed the best part of the felting happened when I could leave it in the water and squeeze them. It always happens when I make mine, but the water is generally too hot in the beginning and I can't quite do that. And I want to be really gentle with it. You'll notice as you start to felt that your ball is going to be really squishy in the beginning, and then it's going to start to get firmer and firmer. That is the felting process happening. So keep going. Once you start to see that the fibers are starting to kind of mesh together, you can be a little more vigorous with it, but be gentle in the beginning. You can tell here in a bit, I start to roll it around and I'm pretty aggressive with it. And you're just constantly checking to see how firm it's going to be and how long it's going, how the process is taking. Now, you'll notice as the video goes that the color of the water is starting to change, and that's because there's bleeding from the yarn from the dyeing process. You're going to want to make sure that you are rinsing this ball out very well right after we get done felting it. And if you're really worried about the bleed out, you're going to put it in the washer with towels, old towels, on high heat for a heavy wash, and do it a couple of times if you're worried about even more of the dye bleeding out. They do make natural 100% wool roving or yarn that hasn't been dyed. You can go that route if you prefer. You're going to notice that I'm constantly checking the ball to see how the felting is doing, how far in the felting process we're going. I just kind of pull the fibers apart a little bit, check to see how hard or easy it is to separate them. That's when I really got to see the felting go faster, was when I could put it in the water. Don't worry if you have any of these pieces of yarn that it's kind of sticking out or that it didn't quite felt down. Don't worry about those. Just keep going. Don't stress about them. They'll all get attached to each other. And you can either cut them off later or just leave them. So once you get to a point where the yarn is not separating from each other anymore, you're going to rinse that ball out really well. You're going to toss it in the washer, high heat, heavy wash, with a few of your old towels that you don't care about. And then you're going to take them out and put them in the dryer with those same towels again. And once they come out, even if you wanted to, you could cut any loose yarns that are left. You really don't have to because they're attached. They're not going anywhere. So, hope you enjoy.